Hey everybody, my name is Dr. Colleen Sierra. I'm a licensed clinical psychologist and the founder and executive director of Sierra Center for Behavioral Health. Happy Thursday. Coming to you with so much going on in the world. Don't worry, this isn't going to be another depressing post. It's not going to be super focused on the election or even super focused on COVID. We're actually going to talk about how do you make your feelings productive, right? Because there's a lot going on, right? Like, let's just acknowledge reality here for a minute. There's a lot to be worried about. There's a lot to be angry about. There's a lot even to be hopeless about. And those feelings make sense. They are normal, right? We're living through a pandemic that has killed a lot of people, and we're worried about a second wave. We're gearing up for winter when we've been allowed to safely socialize outdoors. Now we're expecting winter, which means it's going to be harder to socialize. It's also just going to be dark and cold. And these are things that we might struggle with regardless of the pandemic. And we've got a president who's supporting white supremacy. And grabbing women by them, so there's a lot to be upset about. It makes sense if you're feeling upset. I'm glad actually to hear that you're feeling upset because it means you're allowing the world to impact you, which is a good thing. So feel those feelings, right? Cry about it, yell about it, vent, exercise, talk to a friend, journal. Do what you need to do to actually feel those feelings and move through those feelings. Every time you feel them, allow yourself to feel them. It's data. But that's an important point. Feelings are data. And one of the reasons that we experience emotions, especially intense emotions, is to mobilize us, to activate us. So this is an opportunity. This is the good news, right? This is a real opportunity. If you are feeling strongly about any number of things going on right now in the world, feel your feelings, and then stop and think and reflect. What can I actually do about that, right? If I'm terrified about winter and what winter is going to mean for my mood and my mental health, what can I do about that right now? I make a pact with my friends that we're going to put a Zoom meeting in the calendar on a weekly basis? Maybe I've got the money and the outdoor space to buy a patio heater so that I can continue to socialize and have friends over and see them in real life, but continue to do it safely. If you're worried about the election and making sure that we continue to live in a democracy that represents the majority of the country's values, what can I do right now? Can I write postcards? Can I text bank? Check out the rest of our posts on Sierra Center for Behavioral Health for a ton of ideas about what you can actually do to make sure that the outcome you want is the one that we actually get. If you're worried about COVID, what can you, in a second surge, what can you do? Maybe you're having conversations with your kids about hand washing. Maybe you're having conversations with your partner about stepping up your cleaning regimen. Whatever it is, when you're having intense feelings, feel those feelings, but then remember those feelings are data and they're supposed to mobilize you. They're supposed to activate you to actually do something with those feelings. For any of us who struggle with anxiety especially, but even depression somewhat, your motto should be, there's so much stuff I cannot control, but I'm going to control the shit out of everything that is in my control, right? So figure out, what do I actually have control over that is going to make me feel better? It's going to make me feel like I'm actually doing something about all of these things I don't have control over. Something to think about. Thanks.